Okay, everyone, I am so excited today because I am joined by Avery Konrad, who plays Sarah in From. We're talking all about season three of From, so make sure you watch the full season first because there's going to be spoilers here. Avery, how you doing today?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Good. I'm really excited to talk to you because you obviously have amazing moments in the season, but especially in the finale. But before we even get to the finale, I love the pairing of you and Victor this season. Was that something you got really excited about when you saw that was happening?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think Victor and Sarah have so many parallels um to who they are as people and everything that's happening to them. So to see them together and to work with Scott too was so much fun. We had so much fun together.
Yeah, and it really worked. It was my favorite pairing, and a top five moment of the season for me was when Sarah was doing Jasper's voice for Victor. Was that improvised? Were you guys laughing on set ever during that?
I actually did so many different takes of that. Like I did so many different voices. I did like a English accent and like I did all these different accents. But we ended up just using my normal voice. But no, it wasn't improvised. It was scripted. But I did improvise like with different voices and stuff, but we just landed on my normal voice, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun.
No, that was so great. And were you creeped out by Jasper on set?
No, I don't think so. No, um he's funny. I kept calling the prop like coordinator. I was like every time we were finished because you have to hand him back. I was like, "Here's your baby." So no, I wasn't super creeped out by him.
Okay, no, I love that. And it's interesting. So with the finale in this scene with Elgin, is that the type of scene actors dream of getting, like were you pumped seeing it on the page?
Oh yeah. We were all like super shocked to read it and like the throwback to like the screwdriver and like everything was so like well written. And I was super excited to get into that type of stuff again because I hadn't done it in a while, just like the more intense side of her. Um, yeah, I was like really excited to read it and to play it as well.
Yeah, it's a brilliant performance by you, and I'm wondering too, it's such a disturbing scene, but was it always gonna be that the actual moment where she takes his eye out was off screen, or was there like an eye prop on set?
Well, Nathan had his makeup done a couple times, and there was one, well, twice I think he had to go back to get it done. But the first time he had it done, there was an eye hanging from his
Mm.
but then it didn't look quite right on camera, so they got rid of it. But um I think in my head it could have gone both ways. Like I don't think that they were ever really planning on showing me actually physically doing it, but the aftermath, I think they had both ways of like his eye being there and his eye not being there.
Oh, that's interesting. So, but you never actually filmed a scene with you taking his eye out, like
No, no,
visually.
we always cut when I walked towards him.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, and I'm wondering, do you feel for next season that do you see Sarah feeling any guilt for what she did, or do you think she sees it fully justified?
I mean, like I don't think I don't know if Sarah necessarily has any friends, but they definitely had some sort of like connection and they connected on a lot of things in season two. I think doing that to someone, no matter what they were doing, you're always going to feel some type of guilt. Um, Obviously she wanted to do that for pretty much everybody, but mostly Boyd and to get Fatima out. But I think she'll definitely feel some guilt. I don't think it was justified, but she's not going to feel guilty about it later.
Yeah, that's totally fair. And you mentioned how she's doing it mostly for Boyd, but also to save Fatima. So I found myself rooting for her during the finale. Did you, Avery, find yourself rooting for Sarah?
I mean, I always root for Sarah. I have to. I have
Ride
to.
or die.
Yeah. So yeah, I didn't know in my head if she was doing something really heroic. But I didn't know how everyone was going to take it too, as well, just because of her history. So it seems like everyone's on Team Sarah, so that's exciting.
Yeah, for sure. I think that she's earned that. And it's interesting too because I feel like last season everyone was against Sarah. Now she's like she's back. Everyone's with her. And do you believe Sarah can ever truly love herself?
I think she tries. I think she has in the past. And I think she's constantly working to find that within herself. But I think it's a constant battle. I don't want to say no because I hope that for her, but I think she's super will remain broken like no matter really what happens. But I really hope that she can find that within herself at some
Yeah,
point.
me too. I'm always like hoping for that for her. I always feel pretty bad for her. And do you did you have anything for you with this season in Sarah's arc that you felt was the biggest change in her or growth?
Um, I mean, I think she had a lot of moments that were very different than what you've seen in the past from season one and two, with her kind of more accepting where she's at with everybody and not trying to push boundaries so much as she usually does. Um, so I think there's more acceptance there, but also kind of finding a friendship as well with Victor, and which would for both of them is like more of a sibling relationship because he had lost his sister and I had lost my brother. So I think we find that, which you see little moments of that in the show as well. You see little moments of like sibling like bickering and stuff like that, which is really cool. And I think it comes natural to them as a pair. But I think the biggest thing would be when she did that to Elgin in the finale, is that's the first time she's um acting that way without the voices telling her to do it. Like
Mm.
it was her own decision. So that's a big decision for her on her own. Knowing that it was her own decision and no one else was telling her to do it.
That's a great answer. And that's a fascinating thought to even think of it that way. I love that. And I'm interested too, when you first set out to play Sarah in season one, was there any characters from other media that you kind of used to inspire how you were going to go about approaching this character?
No.
Wow.
No, no, no. Um, no.
I love it. Just an amazing imagination, and that's awesome. Right from scratch. I love it. And so also I'm wondering too, because this character is so exciting and you chew up the screen, but do you watch every Sunday night too, like the Frumley does, or do you not like watching yourself?
No, I do. I love watching the show, of course. Everyone puts so much hard work into it, and I want to see what everyone's been doing when I'm not there because we're not always there together. Um, but we get it before you guys.
Mhm.
So I had seen it before. So I don't watch weekly, but we follow along with where you guys are at. So we
Were
don't.
you like highly anticipating the finale to come out? I'm guessing.
Yeah, definitely. I think we all were because I think it was like a majority's favorite episode. Um, and yeah, so much happens and it's really exciting.
Was there anything in season three you remember filming that you liked that didn't actually stay in the season?
Do you know what? I think everything stayed. I think if anything, there are like little cuts here and there, but I don't think, honestly, I don't think anything, any scene I had in any season has been cut. Um,
Amazing.
so it's just nice to see it come like together and to see what take they use because you can go so many different angles and to see how they piece it together. It was really interesting to me because I season one, obviously everyone's trying to find their character and how things go. And I was really interested to see the takes that they used in season one how they shaped her, which informed what I did in season two. Uh,
Mm.
and I kind of built off it that way. So it's yeah, it's always really interesting to see what takes they pick to like portray the characters because the editing's a huge part of story as well.
So playing a character like Sarah and doing these different takes, does it drain you a bit, or like do you have to do something afterwards to get yourself out of that mindset?
More so in season one and two, not so much in season three, just because of like the content she was dealing with was different. Um, season one was really tough just because it was new and I was trying to, like I said, figure out where she's at and all this kind of stuff. But I think just having like all the cast is super close and we're all going through the same types of things so we can talk to each other about it. And there's so many of us, so we can all connect on different things, which is really nice. So we have a huge support system while we're shooting.
Oh, that's great. I love to hear that. And there's always funny videos of you guys online, so it looks like it's a fun set.
Yeah, it's
Um, I don't know if a lot of people know this in the From world, but they should, that you're a killer dancer. So have you pushed for a musical episode of From yet?
No, I haven't personally, but there's so many of us who like there Harold's a dancer, AJ's a dancer, Chloe's a dancer, I'm a dancer. Um Cortion can pretty much do whatever he feels like. Ricky can sing, like everyone has some sort of like musical ability. So I think it would be really funny, but also I don't know if anyone would be able to take that seriously. Like I think as
Yeah.
a joke it would be funny, but not, I don't think for real it would, I don't know how that would go.
No, I don't either, but maybe they can pull a miracle down the line. I saw too on Instagram that you were a huge fan of the new Wicked movie. Do you have a favorite number from that?
Oh my gosh. I've been thinking about that movie since I saw it
Same.
a couple days ago. Um I mean, Defying Gravity is always so, and then also Ariana's performance in Popular. She's so funny. There wasn't that many people in the theater, which was shocking. I think it may be the time we went, excuse me, but I was the only one laughing out loud. It was
Wow.
silent and it was just me, like laughing out loud at her. She's so funny. But I think those two are my favorites in the movie.
Oh, it's so good. And yeah, I mean, I loved it. Are you people want me to ask you this, I have to, but are you a Glinda or you're an Elphaba?
I think personally, oh, that's hard. I honestly saw a lot of Sarah and Alphaba.
Oh, okay.
It
I
was
like
really
that.
interesting because it's not like I walk around thinking about the show all the time, but when I saw her and how she was just like so misunderstood and and she just wanted like friendship and to like connect with somebody. Um So I think I resonated with that a lot on a lot of different levels. But I think personally, I might be more of a Glinda, just like her goofy side. Um, but yeah, I would say both. But I would honestly probably lead more to Alphaba, I think.
It's a great answer. You give great answers. I really enjoy that. And I want to know too, do you want to play more parts like Sarah, the challenging out there characters? Is that what you want to keep kind of gravitating to?
I mean, it really depends. I'm kind of open to whatever. I like trying new things. And I do really love doing characters like Sarah, like to be able to play something so in depth is and challenging is like really exciting, and I love being challenged. So I mean it really depends. I just kind of like go with the flow and see what comes.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm excited to see where your career goes. And my last question before I let you go, is there anything for season four you have like a wish list in your head of like something you'd like to see happen with Sarah or something she does or anything like that?
I think I think I'd like to see her be part of the community more and not such an outsider. And hopefully people can come to trust her a little bit. more in season 4 and just for her to find her way a little bit and not be such an outsider.
Yeah, no, that's a great answer, and I totally agree with that too. So that's my plane flying over. I got to catch. So everybody watch Avery kill it in From season 3. It's fully out on MGM Plus now. It is so good. Tell your friends to watch it. Thank you so much for joining me, Avery, and I hope to talk to you in the future.
Thanks for having me.